Hello students, welcome to our e-learning classes, the grammar series classes, and let us have the recap of the previous class. I have taught you the types of conditionals. First one is the type 0, or it is known as the fourth conditional, or we can say it is as the zero conditional. Type 2, it is type 0, type 1 or first conditional or present conditional, type 2 second conditional or the past conditional, and type 3 it is the third conditional, or it is called as the perfect conditional, but actually it is the past perfect conditionals. Okay, so these are the types of the conditionals, and today we shall go elaborately how they structure themselves, or what is the structure of all these conditionals. We shall go one after another. Okay, so as I have told you earlier that the first, the second and the third conditionals, or present, past and the perfect conditionals, have their link with each other in their structure. So let us now first discuss about the type 1, or first conditional, or present conditional. See, how is it made, or what is the structure, or what is the form of the first conditional? First of all, if you want to learn it, then it is very clear. Structure. You know that two clauses are there. One is called as the if clause and the main clause. Another one is the main clause. So first of all, let us know how is the if clause made here. If clause is equal to if plus subject plus verb 1 plus any object or any complement is there, and main clause is equal to subject plus shall or will plus verb 1 plus if anything object or complement is there. This is the usual structure. Subject plus shall or will is not the hard and fast rule, or it is not strict to it. Rather, we can change. But for the basics, for the fundamental things, let you know that in main clause we have to use subject plus shall or will. But in if clause, we should not use it. We should not use the future time or the what we say the simple future time. Rather, it can be used only in main clause. But why some of the students they translate it accordingly from their local to English, local language to English at that time, they put here or they write here shall and will, which becomes a mistake or which becomes wrong. See here how can it be made? Let us have example. Suppose in if clause it is if my friend, subject is my friend, if my friend, then verb 1 helps, then object or complement, suppose object is me is there, it is in if clause, then it is not complete. In order to complete it, we have to write here the main clause. What it is? I shall, subject is I, then shall be. Be is the verb 1, then happy is the complement. I shall be happy. See, the full structure of the sentence is what it is? If my friend helps me, if my friend helps me, I shall be happy. See, this is the if clause and this is the main clause. And this rule is not restricted to here, or we cannot say that only we can begin a sentence with if clause, rather we can also begin with the main clause. We can write first the main clause, afterwards the if clause. Suppose I have to write here, I can write the sentence as I shall be happy if my friend helps me. So, what is the difference that we find? Nothing. But only a little difference is there. What it is? After writing the main clause, we do not put here the comma. In case of beginning the sentence with if clause, we put here comma. Okay. See, we can have other examples of first conditional with the same structure. What it is? Suppose if my mother scolds me, I shall not take lunch. Another example, my father will be happy. My father will be happy if I score good marks. See, if my mother scolds me, sorry, spelling mistake. Even in the previous class also, you have to go through the type 3 conditional. Instead of writing 3, I have written tree, TREE. So, sorry for that spelling mistake. You have to rectify yourself. My father will be happy if I score good marks. So, these are the examples. See the structure. If clause is equal to subject, if plus subject plus verb 1 plus any object or complement is there. Then in main clause you have to write subject, either shall or will. Later you shall know how may, might or can, how are they used. But in case of your basics, let you know that subject plus shall or will, as it is the first person, that is why you have used your shall. Then it is the verb, then the object. Or yes, that is the object. Next, here we have just begun the sentence with the main clause. But in case of main clause, we should not put here the comma. See here, this is the subject. Subject plus shall or will. It is, as it is the third person, we have used here will. Then B is the verb 1. then happy is the complement, then it is the if clause, if plus subject plus verb 1 plus it is the object. So this is the structure of first conditional. Now let us come to type 2. Or what it is called as the second conditional. Second conditional, or it is called as the past conditional. In case of type 2, let us have now the structure of how is it made. See the structure of the form. What is its structure? See, same if clause is equal to if plus subject plus verb 2 plus any object or complement is there, whatever that may be. There may be object or there may be complement. Main clause is equal to, suppose it is the if clause, then main clause is equal to subject plus would plus verb 1 plus, here it is verb 1 because this is the modern would, and later you will know how could, might or should, must they will be used here, but for the basics let you know that it is would. Subject plus would plus verb 1 plus any object or complement. And taking this structure, now we shall make sentences. How can it be? Suppose the first sentence can be made into second. The first conditional can be converted into second. How? Suppose if my mother scolds me, I shall not take lunch. In that case, you have to write if my mother scolds, here it is verb 1 in case of first conditional, but in case of second conditional, we have to make it verb 2. If my mother scolded me, then we have to change it in main clause, subject plus would. Here what is the subject? Here subject is I. Then we have to write here I. Then it should be would. As it is would here, we have to write here would. Would. Then verb 1. What is the verb 1? Not take. I would not take. Lunch. And as the second sentence of first conditional begins with my father, or it begins with the main clause, my father will be happy, then we have to convert exactly like that. Here it should be my father would be happy. Would, then verb 1 plus happy. If I score, this will be turned to or changed to verb 2. If I scored good marks. So in this way, we should change the type 1's or first conditional into second. Now let us come to the third conditional. In case of third conditionals, suppose it is third conditionals, type 3, or third conditional, or it is known as the perfect conditional, past perfect. Perfect conditional. Now let us know the structure of it. How is it made? Its structure is if clause is equal to if plus subject plus had past perfect plus verb 3 plus any object or complement is there. In that case, main clause is equal to subject plus would have perfect form plus verb 3 plus any object or complement. This is the usual rule. In that case, suppose we want to write the examples here, basically of the third conditional, then it will be if he had, if then subject he, then had helped me. If he had helped me, this is the verb 3 form, then this is the object. Then now let us come to main clause. So subject will be whatever that may be, you can write it. If he had helped me, I would have plus verb 3. Suppose you have to write here, I would have, then verb 3, succeeded. I would have succeeded easily. Third verb, the complement here it is. So if he had helped me, I would have succeeded easily. This is the structure. Or even we can write also beginning with the main clause, I would have succeeded easily if he had helped me. In any way, either of the way you can begin the conditionals, and these are the structures. Let you note it in your copy carefully so that you will learn all the rules, and in case of conditionals you will have no problems. So in the next class, after discussing the zero conditional, I shall assign you some of the tasks and we shall proceed about the other aspects of the conditional. This is much for you and thank you all.